Have you ever tried to stop thinking and your brain responded with, LOL, no? Like you're lying in bed, begging your mind to chill for 5 seconds, but your thoughts are already halfway through a 64-episode emotional drama you never asked for. Why can't we escape our thoughts? Why does the brain keep talking, even when we desperately want silence? Let's break it down. Your brain is like that one friend who never stops texting. Even when you mute them, block them, throw your phone across the room, they still find a way to reach you. Why? Because the brain has one job: keep you alive. Not keep you happy, not keep you peaceful, not keep you mentally stable, just keep you alive. And to do that, your mind has to constantly scan the world for danger. Even when there is no danger, it goes looking for something to worry about. Anything. A weird comment, an awkward moment from 2012, a tiny possibility of something going wrong. Your brain is like a smoke alarm that goes off not just for fire, but for toast, sunlight, and your emotional imagination. But here's the deeper reason we can't escape our thoughts. The brain hates empty space. Emotional silence freaks it out, so it fills that space with predictions, memories, fears, fantasies, and random nonsense like, what if I quit everything and moved to the mountains? Or, did I lock the door? Did I lock the door in 2015? Your mind is basically a very anxious storyteller. But let's get into the real psychology behind this. When you try to stop thinking, your brain panics. It thinks you're ignoring something important. So it throws more thoughts at you, worse ones, louder ones, thoughts with sound effects. This is called thought rebound. The more you fight a thought, the stronger it comes back. It's like trying to push a beach ball underwater. The harder you push, the harder it shoots back into your face. That's why meditation is so difficult for beginners. The moment you sit still, your brain goes, oh wow, finally! Now that you're calm, let me remind you of 38 things you haven't solved yet. But there's another interesting layer. We're addicted to thinking. Thoughts give us a sense of control, even when the thoughts are stressful. Worrying feels like you're doing something, even though you're literally doing nothing except increasing your anxiety. Your brain thinks, if I think about it enough, maybe I can prevent it. But you can't. Overthinking is like trying to solve math by doing more math in your sleep. Another big reason we can't escape our thoughts is because the brain confuses thinking with safety. If you had a childhood or environment where you had to constantly be alert, watching people's moods, predicting reactions, anticipating danger, your mind learned silence is unsafe. I must always be prepared. So now, as an adult, peace feels suspicious. Stillness feels uncomfortable. Your mind keeps running because it was trained to survive by staying ahead of everything. Here's something else people rarely admit. Some of our thoughts are not actually our thoughts. They're echoes. Things people told us. Old fears, old criticisms, old memories disguised as present worries. And yet, your brain replays them as if they're breaking news. This is why escaping thoughts isn't easy. You're not just fighting the present, you're wrestling with the past and the future at the same time. But here's the twist you probably didn't expect. You're not supposed to escape your thoughts. That's not how the mind works. Thoughts will always come. Even monks still have thoughts. They've just learned not to chase them like we do. The mind is like the sky. Thoughts are like clouds. They pass. They shift. They change shape. But we get trapped when we try to grab the clouds instead of letting them move. The real struggle isn't the thoughts themselves. It's our relationship with them. We panic when a thought shows up. We label it, this is bad, this means something is wrong, this says something about me, this must be solved right now. And boom! Now your brain thinks this random thought is important, urgent, a life and death situation. But most thoughts, they're junk mail. They arrive automatically, not because you asked for them, but because your mind is constantly processing, imagining, protecting, repairing, predicting. You can't stop the mail from being delivered, but you can stop opening every letter. So why can't we escape our thoughts? Because the brain wasn't built for silence, because thinking makes us feel safe, because we're wired to predict danger, because overthinking feels like action, because emotions shape thoughts and thoughts shape emotions, because our mind is trying to help, even when it's actually making things worse. But here's the good news you probably didn't expect. You don't need to escape your thoughts to find peace. You just need to change how you respond to them. Notice them without grabbing them. Let them pass without wrestling them. Remember that a thought is not a threat, not a command, not a prophecy, just a moment in your mind. Because the moment you stop fighting your thoughts,